Okay, today is December 24th, 2016, and right now at 11:10 p.m. in the foothills of Los Angeles, we have a temperature of 39 degrees, and the relative humidity is 63%. The barometer is rising. We've got a barometer reading of 29.93 inches for that pressure, and that's rising, and we have a dew point of 28 degrees. Today we had nice, clean, crisp air. Very nice cumulus clouds all over the place. There was a lot of billowing thunderheads, but I was watching the thunderheads very carefully as I was out, and every one of these thunderheads would not rise. They would collapse. They'd be after a point. These thunderheads collapse. I believe they're being targeted with microwave, which prevents these thunderheads from developing into thunderstorms. So the lift is being prevented at a certain altitude. And if you, I'd like everybody to watch the cumulus clouds in their area. And when these thunderheads develop, keep a close eye on the very top portion of the highest portion of the thunderhead development. And if you keep a close eye on it, and I mean a very watchful eye, you have to keep your eyes on it every couple of seconds, and every few seconds. If you let a minute or two go by, you miss the event. But basically, what's happening is that these thunderheads are being targeted, and the uppermost portion collapses, and that is, I believe, a result of the microwave heating process. They're being targeted, and that prevents the lift and any development of a thunderstorm, which would ultimately result in more rain. Okay, so here in the foothills area of Los Angeles, I noticed this happening over and over today. Um, Basically, cumulus clouds have a nice, very puffy. They look like sort of like popcorn kernels in their natural state. But when they're hit with the microwave, just within about a 1 minute's time, we can see the disorganization of the cloud formation at the very top where it's targeted. So just keep an eye on that. Keep that in mind, and keep your eyes open, and post a video if you get some good video of what I'm talking about. All right, so right now we're watching the western U.S. water vapor loop. We see a Gale-Force system right here approaching Southern California, and there's an area of high pressure right here. That's why the barometer is rising. That's following this system through, and also maintaining separation right here between these two weather systems. And also this area right here is laced with chemtrails. We can go take a look at the SSCC map right now, and we can see the trails being laid out right here. And this is all heading right towards Southern California. This frontal system, this is a Gale-Force system. We see the chemtrails all through here as well. And so unfortunately, I got to mention that we may see some chemtrails being sprayed tomorrow as this approaches Southern California and also Northern and Central California. There is a no rain forecast in the news tonight. There's no rain in the forecast for the next 5 days. That doesn't mean it's not going to rain. It just means that's what they were told to deliver to the public. But like we saw here last Thursday and Friday, we had rain, and even though it was not forecasted. But it is possible we could get rain from this system. And we do see the trails there. That's not a good sign. So we may see some chemtrail activity, some spraying tomorrow as this whole thing moves in, this frontal system. All right, let's go to the big map, and we can see that system right there moving right towards California. There's an arrow on the surface analysis map pointing right towards Central California, so we'll keep an eye on that. The tropical moisture field down here as well, it's been, we've got an area of high pressure installed down here that will prevent any mixing of this area of moisture with anything going on up here. That's clear to see. We've got a big outflow right here. We can see that best in the IR map here. We can see that outflow right here, area of high pressure that's transmitter generated, and that is causing this outflow of high pressure. High pressure flows to low pressure, and that's what we're seeing right here. So we see the tail here. This may move right down into Southern California, but it's unlikely because of all this high pressure. And we can see some dissipation, some evaporation right here on this tail, which should have moved right down and through California, Southern California. Just like the last system. We'll have to watch this closely and see what happens. All right, here's that water vapor map once again. This is the system that just brought us the rain. It's moving through Arizona and into New Mexico. And we see that system barreling right towards Southern California. Now, somebody posted a link on the forum. It's a Pasadena Star News article about dealing with JPL and the scientists there talking about the ridiculously resilient ridge is now gone. And so the doors are open for rain. And so they don't explain anything more than that. They talk about this magical ridge that was sitting there the whole last 6 years, basically, either up in this area or down here. They don't explain how that happens. It's just a magical ridge of high pressure. And now it's gone. So we should expect rain. And that's it. That's basically the sum and substance of the article. They give the scientist's name from JPL. And we're supposed to accept that as gospel and as fact and as a scientific explanation. That's hardly a scientific explanation. There is an explanation for a ridge of high pressure that sits parked off of a state for basically the entire, for months on end, like we've been showing in these videos. That doesn't happen by magic. Star News is a sort of a rinky-dink paper. It's the official paper of Pasadena. They regularly get sports scores screwed up and so forth. But anyhow, we know what's going on, and we're trying to expose that here on these videos. So here's the infrared map. We can see the frontal system here moving towards California. There's still a lot of moisture in the air. Like I say, we've got 63% humidity right now. You can see that outflow from all that high pressure. Here's the surface analysis map. See all that high pressure down here. This is the approaching Gale-Force system, 1004 millibar, with an arrow right towards Southern California. This is diving right down towards LA, which is right down here at 34 north. Right along this line here. So we'll have to keep a close eye and see what develops, but this should bring some rain if they don't chemtrail the heck out of us, which is kind of what I'm thinking. Unfortunately, I believe that we may see some trails tomorrow, some spring, and that's too bad. I was hoping we can get some more rain, but we'll just hope for the best. Let's take another look here at the, let's look at the pressure maps. Here's the jet stream map. You see a disruption here. And we have depicted flow here. But there's a transmitter following this system that's moving right over Arizona. So the moisture's all broken up right here. So this is not totally accurate. The moisture's all broken up. But that's generally the flow. Also, we have a breakup here. Let's go back and look at the big map. See what's happening there. The flow is broken up right here. That's where that transmitter is. We have a system spinning here with its front. We have a whole nother area of moisture right here. We have some interesting activity right here. There's a channel right here, but we've got counterclockwise motion here. We've got clockwise high pressure right here. And so this is going to generate some wild windy conditions out there in the ocean, the North Pacific. Get a better view right here of what's happening right there. Trying to maintain a channel through here, separate these two moisture fields. All right, here's the IntelliCast for the southwest. We see that there is some scattered showers in the San Diego County area, offshore as well, and into Baja, Mexico right here. Also a lot of snow in Flagstaff area, central Arizona, and also over in New Mexico. We see a lot of snow and rain. Okay, let's go to the next maps. We have the pressure maps. Here's the sea level pressure analysis. See low pressure indicated right here. A lot of squiggly lines. The surface level, that's transmitters at work, ground transmitters. We have high pressure installed out here. That's going to block. There's a sort of a trough shown here, low pressure. That Gale-Force system moving in, but there's some there's a blockade, high pressure right in this area. Let's look at the 500 millibar. See that closed low right there. This is moving right towards, we got the squiggly lines right here. That's not a good sign. Down here. All right, here's the 300 millibar. See that low. Hopefully we'll get some rain out of this. The weathercasters were wrong last week. There's no reason they should, they could be wrong again. Just wait and see what happens. It's in the hands of these weather controllers, as I've said over and over. And so the randomness, in other words, the weather controllers hand out false scripts to the weathercasters occasionally, and that maintains the confidence game and ensures that people still believe that there's randomness in the weather patterns and so forth. But after looking at these maps for 3 years, this is all very well coordinated. These people that are doing this know exactly what they're doing, and they can do whatever they want. Okay, so that's the report, and we'll just leave it here. And a very Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays to everybody.